Welcome everybody to another video of Ancient Greece Reloaded. Today we will talk about the famous king Admetus, famous for the death of his wife, who came back to life. By the way, if you like the video, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel so to stay tuned for upcoming videos. In short, Admetus was a king of Thessaly, and in particular the king of Phere, a city founded by his father Pheres. This means that Admetus was the nephew of Aeson, and therefore King Pelias of Iolcus was a step-uncle. In many ancient sources, Admetus is named amongst the Argonauts, when Pelias dispatched Jason to retrieve the Golden Fleece, and it is also common to find Admetus named as one of the hunters of the Calydonian boar. Having his name listed amongst the crew of the Argo and those who went to Calydon should make Admetus a famous hero, but the king is better known for his hospitality and romance, rather than for his heroic deeds. One famous act of hospitality would see Admetus become a host to a god of Mount Olympus, Apollo. Apollo arrived in Thessaly having been exiled from Mount Olympus by Zeus, since Apollo had killed the Cyclops after Zeus had killed Apollo's son Asclepius. During his exile, a period of either 1 or 9 years, Apollo was supposed to work in servitude to a mortal, and so Apollo became a herdsman to Admetus. Admetus would benefit from Apollo being a herdsman, and although the god was not supposed to use any of his powers, his mere presence caused each cow in the herd to give birth to twin calves. Admetus was a good and fair employer, and in gratitude for the kind treatment during his period of servitude, Apollo decided to help Admetus when the king sought to marry Alcestis. Alcestis was the daughter of King Pelias, and the king had decided that his daughter would only marry the man who could yoke a lion and a boar to a chariot. Such a task might be impossible for most mortals, but to a god like Apollo it was a matter of a moment before the two beasts were harnessed up. Admetus was then able to ride the chariot in front of Pelias. Pelias lived up to his word, and Admetus and Alcestis wed, although on the wedding night Apollo had to come to the rescue of Admetus again. In the excitement of getting married, Admetus had forgotten to make the traditional sacrifice to Artemis, and the angered goddess sent a nest of snakes to the bedchamber. Apollo though interceded on behalf of the king, and so the deadly danger was averted. Admetus and Alcestis were said to have had 2 children, Eumelus, who fought at Troy, and also a daughter called Perimele. Eumelus is often named as one of the suitors of Helen, as well as one of those who would hide within the wooden horse at Troy. Apollo also interceded on behalf of Admetus with the Myrrhe, aka the Fates, and having gotten the 3 sisters drunk, struck a bargain that Admetus would be released from death if another person willingly decided to die in his place. Eventually the time came for Admetus to die, and the king of Thessaly thought that one of his elderly parents would willingly die in his place. Neither though was willing to make the sacrifice, and nor could Admetus find anyone else to take his place. But then Alcestis offered to die in the place of her husband. Admetus was alive, but now the king regretted it, as he had lost the love of his life. As a side note, at this point the continuation of the story diverges. In this video we will go with the most popular version, namely the one of Euripides. But if you want to learn about all the variations of the story or Euripides' version in more detail, we have already a dedicated video about Queen Alcestis, which you can watch. Moving on. At this point, the hero Heracles arrived in Thessaly, and he heard about the plight of Admetus. Admetus had been a hospitable host to Heracles, when the hero was undertaking his labor to deal with the mares of Diomedes. In recognition of the kindness received, Heracles decided to enter the tomb of Alcestis, where he encountered Thanatos. Heracles rested with Thanatos until the god succumbed to the hero's strength, at which point Thanatos agreed to release Alcestis, allowing her to return to her husband's side. The story of Admetus effectively ends at this point, as this is where Alcestis, the play of Euripides, ends, and there is no further mention of King Admetus. Let us finish with the following saying: "Death is a debt which every one of us must pay." Euripides. That being said, remember guys to hit the like button and to subscribe to our channel, it would help us a lot. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for upcoming videos.